So the item before is to reorganize city council for the next fiscal year. So for mayor, do we have any nominations?
Nominate Clay.
Okay, there's been a motion by Alicia, a second by Sean. Any other nominations? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? No? There you go.
Thank you, sir. Thank y'all. We hear,
Vice
do we
Mayor.
have a nomination for vice mayor?
A motion to nominate, Mark.
I'll say.
Motion by Alicia, seconded by Brad Smith to nominate Mark Decker as vice mayor. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Well, wear two hats again.
There you go, Mark. All right. Item 5, public hearing to consider an application for a variance request at 598 Northwest Avenue D.
So we're going to open the public hearing part of the meeting. And Mr. Tibbs, do you want to
Oh, he's not really.
know who's doing it?
Yeah. It's a variance request. They have a mobile home that they're trying to put on a corner lot. The corner lot setbacks are 25 on both sides of the street, and then 15 on the back, 5 on the sides. With the mobile home they're trying to put in, it's I think around a 5-foot variance that they were off on by hitting the setbacks. So they're just requesting to for y'all to allow them to go the 5-foot.
And Kenny, why don't you just get up, introduce yourself and just briefly what this is?
Kenneth Kenny from Central Mobile Homes. I went and looked at it because I was trying to be positive and see if there would be any liability possibly for the board or for Glades County. And both the home to the north and the one to the south actually is closer to the road than what we're asking for. You know, had I gone there and it was going to block vision of traffic, I would have had concerns. But like I said, when I went there, I don't remember the person that I went there with.
Colleen.
She was very nice, and she was there while we staked it, and we went to the houses on that street. Like I said, everybody that would block visibility, north or south, is closer to the road than what we're asking for. They're like 15 feet away versus the 20 that we're asking for.
So the actual variance is to reduce it to what?
To 15.
15,
Or no, I'm sorry.
20.
Sorry.
20.
20.
20 feet, as opposed to 25.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Did you notice the rope that was there today? Was that the line of the city?
No, sir, I didn't go there today. I had been there a few times, but I didn't go there today.
Okay. I've been over there twice, and
Yes,
there are not a lot, but there are a few homes that are closer, like the man says, they're closer to 6th Street, I'm sorry, than what they want. So I have no problem with changing that.
So we need to formally vote, need a motion to approve a second and then vote for.
Okay.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Sean,
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
To approve the variance request 598 Northwest Avenue D to reduce the setback from 25 feet to 20 feet.
20 feet, yes.
A second.
motion by Sean, seconded by,
Steve.
I'm sorry, Mark, Brad before you.
Yeah.
So if there's any question,
Aye.
motion carries.
thank you.
Okay.
Discuss and or approve the following meeting minutes, September 16th, 2025.
Motion to approve September 16th.
Motion by Mark, seconded by Brad Smith. Is there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. September 16th, 2025 special meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve September 16th special meeting minutes.
Sean,
Second.
seconded by Alicia. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, item 7, approval of official holidays and observance for fiscal year 25-26.
Okay, each fiscal year, we update our holiday calendar. These are the same dates, same holidays and observations as last year. They've just been updated for the appropriate date on the calendar. There's no changes from any additional days, like I said, other than just the actual calendar dates.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Alicia, seconded by Sean to approve official holidays for 25-26. Is there any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, approval of resolution 2025-11 for amendment number 1 of the fiscal year 24-25 budget.
Okay, this item is for the garbage truck. Previously at the campus meeting, they voted to increase the transfer to the garbage fund by $39,000, $924 due to the purchase for the garbage truck. The original price was $405,000. There was a $39,000 increase. So we're requesting to increase the transfer to $439,924.
439,924. Okay,
Motion to approve
It's a resolution.
resolution number 2025-11 for amendment number 1.
I'll read it briefly by title, resolution amending the budget for the city of Moorhaven, Florida for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2024 and ending September 30, 2025 and providing an effective date.
Motion to approve.
Sounds like
motion by Alicia, second by Brad Smith to approve resolution 2025-11. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion will carry. Okay, report of officers, city manager.
Just wanted to bring to alert everybody, I guess there's 28 bills that took effect on October 1st that were passed by the legislature last year. So there's various bills that's again, like I said, to get those into effect. Talking to Connie, who's not able to be here tonight, but for the upcoming legislative session, probably the hottest topic is going to be property taxes. There are 8 proposals that's going to go before the select committee on property taxes, discussing what to do with property tax. One item that's not going to happen, they are not going to reduce the property tax for schools. So they're only going to be looking at property tax for the general public, not schools. So that's an interesting section to come up. I said those already included a different type of bills that address with it. The broadband, the state office of closed the broadband process here about a month ago, and there were some locations that were uncertain around the Moorhaven area. There was maps that were provided to allow different entities to bid on them. We did hear that from Conexon that they did bid locations around Moorhaven. What happens now, though, is the National Transportation Information Committee has 90 days to approve the Florida plan, and after that, we'll know who was awarded what and how it was awarded. But so right now, it's under review by that committee. So, and with that, I think that's go ahead. Let's review.
Does anybody got anything for Larry? Okay, thank you, Larry. Steve?
Yeah, Mr. Tibbs and I have been working on the contract with Florida Power and Light pursuant to the bid award that y'all had previously made. And so we've had a couple meetings with FPL, got some revisions to the contract. I've been through the contract a few times, went over it again with Mr. Wisser, our engineer, just to make sure we're all on the same page. On Thursday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, we have a conference call with the co-op because we also need to have an agreement that matches the FPL agreement for the distribution to the city from the FPL point to the city's point. So that's set up for Thursday, like I said, because it really needs to match the contract because this contract's for a 10-year term. So we should be reporting back. I think we said which meeting, the first or second meeting in November?
The second meeting, we're supposed to have and then bring it back on our agenda.
So we'll hopefully we'll have it all, both contracts put together by then. It'll be to begin January 1 of next year, but that's kind of where we're at in the scheme of things. So that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Steve. City clerk,
I don't have anything.
does anybody have anything for Ashley?
How's everything going with your lunch breaks now?
It's
Good.
it's definitely helped for sure.
Awesome.
Okay. Mr. Giatano, would you like to speak?
Really got nothing to report other than next week, we've got Xenon coming down to inspect the facilities. I plan on being here to do a walkthrough with the word.
Okay. Anybody have anything for Craig? Okay, thank you, Craig. Connie's on here. Brad Simmons.
Pretty much business as usual. We got a few little small projects that we're working on, trimming some trees. We've been working in the bathrooms here at City Hall, at the city park. It's an ongoing thing, fixing stuff in there after everybody takes care of it, so. But this little projects I've got working on right now, just to say a little bit about the sewer plant, or the wastewater plant. The guy we hired 2 weeks ago, he's there and everything looks good with him. It's going in the right direction. So far, so good. I'm with it. That's where we're at with that. And I've been kind of helping him along and showing him and doing the paperwork. Seems like it's going to work out so far. It's in the right direction. But
Okay, sir. Is
that's all.
anybody got anything for Brad?
Maybe we get those mower decks raised up.
That's another one of the constant battles.
Yeah.
Work on them, they wear out, they get somebody messes with them. Constant battle.
Can't they weld a bolt in there so they can't lower them, Brad?
And then they'll bend them and bring the deck down, and it's a constant battle. But they got bolts in them out. Yeah, I raised a couple. That's how I read that.
It was bad.
Tell them to slow down a little bit. Let's see. Belts aren't cheap.
When you put new blades on, it really shows.
Anybody else? Okay. Item 10, approval of the bills in the amount of $54,168.57.
I make a motion to include the bill. Pay the bills.
Motion by Sean,
Second.
seconded by Alicia. Is there any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. Citizens' comments, general concerns, speakers are limited to 3 minutes. Okay. Going once. All right. Item 12, mayor and council to give reports. Ms. Krosky.
I'm good tonight.
Okay. Ms. Beck.
I'm in.
Mr. Decker.
In, going around 6th Street over there, looking at that property. Is there anything we can do? Is you got Bill, Coal Patch, 5th Street is a mess. I think it's right before Avenue F. It's all tore up over there.
See if we're having this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Frank?
You have coal patch over there, Brad?
We've got a few bags, I'm not sure exactly how many.
It's getting worse all the time. It's longer, in two different blocks. We really should have put some effort into paving over there. There's also one. Let me think, I think it's on Avenue L. Yeah, it's where Malloy's property ends. There's a pothole. It's not that big, but it is a hole. If you could do something with that. Sir,
We'll look at them tomorrow.
thank you.
Mark, you got anything else?
No, go ahead.
Brad Smith?
That Comcast cable, you able to get a hold of them? Yeah,
I will try to get in this week. I got the lady's name over the West Coast. She was the regional director or something like that. I'll give her a message tomorrow. Try to get the name of one of her contractors supposed to be covering this area.
Okay. Anybody got anything for Brad? I got one little thing here, may not be little, may be big. Where are we with code enforcement? We got 2 properties that we were supposed to get sent into the magistrate. Where are we with that?
I defer to Colleen. One thing I noticed, because when you sent me the courtesy notice, we have citations that we've used historically. I know you want to give people the benefit to get it done ahead of time, but the courtesy notice is deficient, in my opinion. I was going to talk to you about the format, but I don't. To answer your question, I'm not sure. On the cigar bar,
Yes,
is there?
I know there's nothing else going on, of course, when it's at 10 o'clock until 3 in the morning. I don't know that.
Have there been any more
Not
reports?
that I've heard of.
The other one I got was on 399 Avenue J, but I wasn't sure who that was because it doesn't have a name on it. So that's what I was going to speak to her about after the meeting. I don't, obviously there's an interest in code enforcement. I don't like to get into the weeds with the council as far as particular code enforcement cases to kind of insulate the board. I'd rather do it with Colleen, and then leave it for that forum. But since you had asked, I had gotten a couple of the forms. I think we need to use, in general, just be consistent, the citation form that we've historically used. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody ahead of time to say, hey, whatever your issue is. But unless and until you put them on the clock, you usually are not going to get anywhere with them. And then if there's ever a question as far as what particular part of the code to actually cite, just let me know. Just call me or shoot me an email. But I'll talk to you about more specifics about each case after.
So, without being specific, nothing has been sent to the magistrate that you know of.
No.
We can't send to the magistrate till we get the case ready to present. You can't schedule the magistrate till you get the case ready to present. Which
But my question, my issue would be, and I see the courtesy notice, and that's fine, but I can't go to court on that.
right. So we have to get the citation forms together. And
And if we need to revise them or update them, we could do that. When I saw that, I had pulled what Hendry County does, and I sent you that example just for comparison purposes, because that's soup to nuts pretty much, and it's obviously got to get adapted to each specific case. but I'd rather just stick with the uniform format. Because then if there's not compliance, we have something to work from to set a hearing. But I can't set a hearing off of these. So I don't know if that answers your question.
Well, no, it does, but it kind of at the same time, it concerns me because there's a couple of different things here. Anytime that we've been asked, we need this, we need this, we need this. This board has always said, whatever you need, we'll do an ordinance, we'll get a magistrate, we'll do anything y'all need. And yet, in my mind, we're no further along now than we were 3 or 4 years ago. And we've done we've done everything. And it's frustrating because we're getting calls. And when we ride around town and we see some of the stuff that we see, and we're like, what else? I mean, we throw our hands up. And it's not just, Colleen, I'm not picking on you by no means, but there's other organizations in town that's the same way. We need an ordinance. We need a code. We need this. And we give it to them. And we're no further along now than we were the week before. That's my point. Y'all wanted a magistrate. We got a magistrate. It's getting frustrating.
So my take on it is, and Sean and I had a conversation about her getting contacted, just like I think I've told everybody, the proper procedure is if somebody contacts you about a specific complaint about a specific piece of property, we have a mechanism in place for that to be reported, and that goes to code enforcement. And then she takes it from there, and that leaves council out of the blow by blow, so to speak, because it's my preference that you not engage, because then at some point there might be something that comes up for the council, and then you could get recused because you've already had substantial contact and you get accused of, being biased one way or another. So it just makes ultimately life easier from that perspective. If you are contacted, you say, okay, thank you, but you need to report this to Colleen. Here's the number, here's the email. And then there's an official record of it being done. And then it's better from a public records perspective. It's just better overall to have that procedure in place. I know it's hard because it's a small community. Somebody, oh, hey, Mark, what about, and I've talked to Mark, I've talked to everybody pretty much about this, and I know it's really hard and you don't want to be rude, but by the same, you've got to also let the constituents know that the proper protocol is this. Here's the procedure. Here's what you do. And there should be official records. And then you could, from that perspective, and through via Mr. Tibbs or whoever, we have checks and balances because we have case numbers assigned to particular complaints. Because anytime there's a complaint, there should be a case generated and a case number assigned. Whether or not there's ultimate compliance or not, we have to go to court, whatever form, then we've got an official record, official case number. But right now, it's very helter-skelter, quite honestly. And if I don't know what's going on because I'm not getting copied, then I really can't answer your question. So that's what I'm trying to get into place is a better procedure. So I keep you guys.
And I think the comment what I'm saying is I'm not people notifying us, is when we walk in certain businesses in town, buy a Coke or a candy bar or gas, man, did you see that mess over at so-and-so? Did you see this? Well, y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all ain't trying to help. The city looks worse than it ever has.
Well, the proper, the proper way is.
It's kind of a slap in our face, but we're doing all we can do.
Right, but the proper way is you instruct that person, that constituent, to say, okay, if you want to make a complaint, here's the number, here's the procedure to make a complaint. Because
and this is my last question, I promise. Not really. But so when you call in to report a code enforcement violation, do you have to give your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's, in fact, because I do the opposite side of code enforcement everywhere else. the person, so I have a client in a contest with his neighbor continually calling. You do public records request and you have the paper trail
Mhm.
to see who called it in, when it was called in, what was the nature of the complaint. But that's what I'm saying. You got to have a record
What you get.
that's generated because it does become a public record. And so that has to be reduced to writing somewhere. It just can't be, oh, hey, so-and-so has a problem about this property, go check. We can't do it like that. It's got to be formal. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but otherwise my hands are tied. So if somebody was to do that, just like I've talked to Mark, Sean, whatever, just say, I'm sorry, I can't speak to you about this. Here's a proper procedure, and vice versa. If you have somebody who feels they're aggrieved because they're getting picked on or whatever you want to say, or they want to describe it, same thing. Sorry, the proper procedure is, you can report it. Go report it to City Hall. They report it to me. There's mechanisms in place so you guys don't get the brunt. Because then again, because that becomes important, not that you're trying to ignore your constituents, but if you ever have to hear the case for whatever reason, ultimately on an appeal or a complaint, you want to be as pristine as you can, so to speak, where you don't have conflict of interest because you've already investigated on your own or you already interjected all this on your own. And so, but I understand it's very hard, but yes, when for it to be a legitimate code enforcement complaint, the person has to report it officially. They could do it by email, they could do it by phone, but I think the better way is by email, right? So you have a paper trail.
That's fine too. Yes.
Or if you get a call, you reduce it in your system, so it becomes a public record. So you have at least the record of, okay, case 1, case 2, and then you can go from there. And then you can better monitor what's happening or not happening as the case may be.
The Florida statute was changed here a couple of years ago that you cannot be anonymous complaints anymore. It has to be a written complaint. And our ordinance is the same as the Florida statute. The ordinance we adopted, the exact same.
Yeah, we have everything in play. We just have to use the tools that we have. And not make our own tools.
Okay, I'm good unless anybody has anything for me. Discuss financial statements if needed. Y'all need to discuss it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Sean to adjourn, seconded by Alicia. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned.